How's it going, everybody? It's me, Mischief here, at least according to a couple of news sources. Today we are going to be ranking Michael Myers add-ons for Dead by Daylight. As a lot of you know, I am an avid Michael Myers fan, as is evident by this poster that I have. Oh yeah, if you want to get one of these for yourself, you can go to display.com and they will have something like this. I really love this piece of art. It's fantastic. But with that out of the way, I'm going to be explaining every add-on and then ranking them as I see fit. So we are going to go ahead and start this up. Firstly, we have the Tombstone piece. This makes it so that once you hit tier 3, you will get your power, the ability to Mori survivors without any consequences when you hit tier 3, although it takes a little bit longer. And I think that this is S tier. I think this is probably his second best add-on in the game right now. Because what it does something very simply. Once you Mori somebody, you do immediately lose tier 3, which does suck. But you can just easily get it right back, because it's only one time that you have to get more stockage out of it. I realize that my microphone wasn't that close. You know, I'm going to bump it down to A for now, because I do think there is one add-on that I think is busted. But yeah, Tombstone piece, definitely very, very good. We have the beads, like the Judith's Jewelry, I believe this is called. This is C tier. All it does is it makes you move a little bit faster when you're stalking, which isn't very good. You don't really want to move faster while you're stalking very much, because you're just going to be stalking close up, and then you're going to pop tier 3 and then just hit them. That's not very good. And for that same reason, I'm also going to be putting the jewelry box in C, but only slightly above him, because that's like a 20% increase, where this is like a 15, I think. And then we have the hair bow. This is S tier, 100%. This is probably his best tier 3 duration increase, because what it does is it increases your tier 3 by 30 seconds and only requires you to do about 2.5 more seconds of stalking in order to get it, and an extra 30 seconds for stalking for like an extra like second or two is really good. That extra 30 seconds helps so much during like going through the map and just slugging everybody. It's so good. Next up we have the glass piece, which I believe makes it so that in tier 1 you see a survivor that you've been stalking for at least 1 second for 3 seconds, like you see their aura. This is garbage. Really, it's very niche, and it only has like a few uses, because once you get out of tier 1, it's useless. No one's going to use this. It's the same reason why I also don't like the glass shard. It does basically the same exact thing, except it's only like 2 seconds, which is still pretty shit. I don't like it at all. Next up, we have the Memorial Flower. The Memorial Flower is B tier. Memorial Flower, what it does is it increases the amount that you stock by about 11%, so you get stuff quicker. It's pretty good. It's very solid, especially when you're using Hairbow. I like to use Hairbow and Memorial Flower together, because sometimes I want to save my Judith Myers Memorial, which is also going to be A tier, by the way. I like to save this for when I do like a Myers Tombstone or Infinite tier 3 build. Because that's why I like these ones, because it's still, you're getting a good amount of stock increase, but you're also going to be getting the tier 3s quicker. Memorial Flower is pretty decent. B tier for me. Dead Rabbit. The Dead Rabbit, I think, is B tier as well. Dead Rabbit makes it so that your tear radius in tier 2 is decreased by about 25%, but when it's in tier 3, it's increased by 25%. It's a nice trade-off. I have a build that's going to be coming out soon where I am fully immersed and I use this to a full effect, and oh my god, it is so funny. But anyways, look out for that video, and Dead Rabbit's B tier for me. Next up, we have the Judith Myers Tombstone. Now, they did buff this add-on a little bit. They removed the speed decrease from tier 2, so now it only works on tier 3. It's still, I want to say B tier, because yes, it allows you to perma-kill survivors, and it doesn't go away like the tomb piece does, but to the same token, it makes you slower, like a lot slower. It takes a long time to get back to get to tier 3 the first time. It takes almost as much to do the infinite tier 3. It does slightly less. But yeah, Judith Myers Tombstone is a very good add-on. Michael Myers definitely has probably the best Eries in the game. right now, I think. It just kind of sucks that they get stuck on Myers because Myers is really garbage now. But anyways, Judith Myers Tombstone, B tier. This is just the blonde hair, just the blonde hair. This is D tier. It increases it by like, I think like 15 seconds. It's not good. It increases your tier 3 by 15 seconds. It's like garbage. It's not meaningful enough to justify it being worth the extra like half second of stalking. It's not justifiable enough. Kind of on the same token is the earrings, which increases your speed a little bit more. A little bit. I think it's like 5% while stalking, which is not good at all. It's where I put these two, except it's just a worse version of these two. We have the hairbrush, which moderately increases the tier 3. I think it's by like 20 seconds. So it's a little bit worse than hairbow. I think it's decent. I think it's probably like a higher end of C, not quite a B. It's pretty alright. And then we have the infinite tier 3. This is also C, probably right next to Tombstone. I think that this is also, it's really good if you can get it really early, like if you can just slug through it. But in a normal match where you're going up against decent survivors, you're probably going to get this towards like 2 or 1 gen, which sucks because you kind of need it throughout the game in order to actually snowball people. But it's a pretty good add-on nonetheless. That's B tier for me. We have Judith's Journal. This is an interesting add-on. It makes it so that you become obsessed with a survivor, and as stalking your obsession increases your stalk gauge by about 30%, I think, which is really good. But it's only on the obsession. Everybody else is normal. I don't know where to put this. Because on one hand, you get a lot of stalk when you stalk your obsession, but that also involves you finding your obsession first. I'm gonna put it like lower end of B tier. Because I think that it can be good, like in certain situations, but more often than not, it's just gonna have a niche effect of just maxing out on stalking the obsession. And it's gonna want you to incentivize just stalking it, which is gonna make it run out quicker. So I think it's probably somewhere in the middle of the group, right there. Oh god, here we go. We got the 2 mirrors. First off, we have Vanity Mirror. Vanity Mirror is not good. It's still not good. After the buffs, it's still not good. I don't care what anybody says. Getting in tier 2 and not having the movement decrease anymore is nice, yes, but 16 meters is still not very far, and the blood point bonus, I guess, is okay. But honestly, if you're going to do a Scare Myers build, use Scratch Mirror. Scratch Mirror makes it so that you have no terror radius, so you stay in tier 1 forever, but you can see through 32 meters, which is very decently big, about the size of a terror radius. And honestly, Scratch Mirror is just the better out of the two because it just, yes, it makes you slower, and yes, you don't have a lunge, but at least with Scratch Mirror, you can see them coming before they get to do anything, and you can sneak up on them. Plus, you have no terror radius, so it's really good. Whereas Vanity Mirror, they can hear your terror radius unless you're running like Dead Rabbit. It's really situational, and I think Scratch Mirror is just better in that case. Now we have the Lock of Hair, the purple one that tremendously increases it. I think it's by 40 seconds, but it's an extra like 3 seconds of stalking. I think this is probably just. Do I want to put it above Hairbrush, or do I want to put it below Hairbrush? I think I'm going to put it above. Just for the fact that it increases it by an extra 20 seconds over there, except it does more stalking. I think that this is, like with all the other ones, it just makes it so that you have more duration of tier 3, but you have to stalk more for it. I think that Hairbow does this the best because it provides a nice balance of you would have to stalk for a little bit longer to get that, but the 30 seconds is well worth the wait. Whereas you have to stalk for extra long to get 40 seconds, which is, it's okay, but I prefer to just have it quicker and get a little bit less time. 30 seconds is still a long time in this game. It can be very long. But yeah, overall, Lock of Hair, it's a decent add-on. Put it in C. The Glass Shard. This makes it so that in tier 2, once you see a survivor and stalk them for at least a second, you reveal them and their aura for 5 seconds. I think that this is probably the best out of all the glass add-ons. but it's still not super good. I'm probably gonna put it like middle of C. I think that it has a decent effect, but it's still really niche to the point of I don't really use it very much anymore. I used to use it a lot when I was new to the game because I was like, oh, you can see people's auras as Myers. It's so broken. But it's not good. It's not that good. Finally, we have Boyfriend's Memo. This makes it so that the lunge in Tier 1 is increased by about 10%, 15%, something like that. It's okay. It's not great. It's like a D. Mainly because it's only Tier 1. If it was Tier 1 and Tier 2, it'd be probably like middle of C, because that's actually a decent effect. But the fact that it's only on Tier 1 isn't that good, in my opinion. But anyway, this is my tier list. We have Hairbow coming in at S tier, the only S tier that I have. We have the Tombstone Piece and the Judith Myers Memoriam in A tier. In B tier, we have the Judith Myers Tombstone, the Fragrant Tuft of Hair, the Memorial Flower, the Journal, and the Dead Rabbit. And then in C, we have Scratch Mirror, Lock of Hair, Hairbrush, Glass Shard, Jewelry Box, Jewelry Beads, Vanity Mirror. And then finally, in D tier, we have Boyfriend's Memo, the Glass Piece, the Glass Shard, and then the Blonde Hair and the earrings. That is my Myers add-on tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, leave a like on the video and consider subscribing. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.